So, Eleons got delayed, but they did give out a new gameplay teaser. And in this video, I am going to be going over every single little details that you could have potentially missed in this new gameplay teaser. So let's go. It's going to be frame by frame, by the way, so I might be pausing a lot. You're gonna have to deal with it, alright? So these are some things that we've already seen before. A thing to note on this specific frame is the little chest here, next to the rocks. These could be probably lootable stuff. There is like a little book symbol on top of the chest. Quite intriguing what it is. Let's keep going. These we've already seen. We already know the existence of the gym. And that's Beach Boys and NPC. These are obviously some more Eleons. Or Eleons. Sorry, Eleons. That's the rebranding. We got people fishing. That's one of the more, so a lot of people were talking about how Eleon's adventure is more like a bunch of simulator, scrambled together. But they did make sure to tell us that these fishing will be, the feature of fishing will be completely connected to creature capturing game aspects. So fishing will allow you to battle certain Eleons that you can only encounter through fishing, which the fishing system is going to be like this. Now, we can see that there's different rarities to different fishing routes. Another thing that I want to note on this specific frame, or throughout this entire video, is the things on the top left. Now, there's obviously a battle death. I'm not too sure what that is for, but there is another thing that's super interesting, which is the damage calc. Now, I'm not sure if the developers really need a damage calc for testing. They probably do. But if I had to guess, damage calc could potentially be a game pass. Because this is really interesting. I've never actually seen any creature capturing game having in-game damage calcs that is visible to players. Now, obviously you go fishing. There is stuff like this in Lumion Legacy. So, shouldn't be too surprising. This is another really interesting part, which is like mines. Like, what is this? The Forge? But mining allows you to collect rare materials for crafting, and it includes excavating fossil Eleons, exploring deeper within caves to increase the rate of wild encounters with cave Eleons. So obviously you can see a floor 0, shop mining, you probably buy the things you need for shopping, for mining, sorry. And we also got a place where you can sell the things that you've mined, which really does feel like the Forge or any kind of like mining simulator games, but they say that it's, going to be tied to creature capturing game, which I completely trust them. We got a mining shop, which I believe these are just gems. We got mineral like, a deployable beacon that resonates with the earth, attuning the user to more valuable and abundant mineral veins, basically just increasing your mineral luck. We got these, and then we got radar, which is the really interesting stuff. We got potion down there, but obviously we can't see what potion there are. Another thing to note on this frame is that this guy got a drill for his mining equipment. That's pretty OP. We got a lot of other collectibles. There's going to be a max item. I'm not too sure how I like it. I personally don't really think that there should be like a max limit on how many collectibles you have, but they can do what they want, okay? Another interesting thing to note is on the top right-hand corner, this player, What's Up Yo, is level 6767676767. I don't know why they had to do that. I honestly think it's kind of cringe, but you know what? They do that, okay? They do that. Obviously, this is the mining system. We got timer. And we got the luck multiplier. This really does feel like, we're going back to, I think, Gen 4, where you can dig up fossil. I think it's Gen 3, I can't remember, because I don't play any Pokemon games. But I personally really like this feature. However, I do feel like there's a lot of, things that they're trying to push for the initial release, which I'm just not too sure how I feel about it. I feels like there's so many things you could do on launch, it's overwhelming. Obviously, some people find it as a good thing. I think it's a little bit overwhelming because I'm the kind of player that likes to do everything. So, we got some PvP stuff. On the top left, you can actually see that the battle stats can be seen in chat, which is so interesting. I really like this. Now, we got Reptide, which is basically a Luminami's pre-evolution. I don't know why they use the same name. They might change it, considering well, they probably realize that this name has been used in another creature capturing game. If I had to bet, they probably will be changing this. We got Iron. They have weight as well. I don't know why they would add weight. I don't. I really don't. This is, I believe, one of the lobby areas where people can sell their stuff. And this is another kind of what's it called? Controversial a feature where you can see that people are selling their Eleons here, and we got another guy here that's saying they'll give them 89 gems. Now, I'm not too sure how gems are going to be obtained. In case you didn't know, the devs confirmed that they are removing Battle Pass. If I had to guess, gems will probably be also be included in gameplay, as well as you can probably purchase them. If I had to be honest, I don't really mind the game having, microtransaction. I think it's cool, as long as it's not too ridiculous. The fact that the devs removed the battle pass proved that they're not really, trying to just completely fish out money, I don't know what the lion bike is. Probably they just don't have a decal for it yet. This one is a camp feature. Let me lower that volume a little bit. Let's go through. Obviously, we see people having their camps. So they can have their Eleons here. And a chest. It's like Minecraft. It actually is, because, well, these are not chests where you get rewards from. No, these are the chests where you put your items in. You know how I said that there was inventory cap just now? Well, if your inventory gets maxed, just come back and store items. I think that's pretty cool. Eleon's Adventure is doing so many things that no other creature capturing game has ever done before, or even attempted to do, which is really cool. Obviously, we can put down our stuff. Basic can and rusty can, obviously, going probably plants and stuff. Obsidian, we got a saddle. I don't know why you need that many saddles. I don't know how many Eleons you're trying to ride at once, but these are obviously the things you need to use to craft. 5,000 currency. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot for a basic rod. But obviously I don't know how quickly you can get these kind of currencies. So we got gardening, mining, fishing, and items. We can still scroll down, as you can see on this bar here. You can definitely still scroll down. Not sure what other features there are. We know there's breeding and stuff. Oh wait, did they show? Let's look. Oh no, these are just items that you can buy. It could just be all of them are items. This is, sorry, give me a sec. I accidentally, what did I leaked? Didn't leak anything too bad. Okay. These are Eleon's nest. Obviously, you can have them reproduce to, get more eggs of them. This is really interesting. We got build mode. So really, you can just, I don't think the build mode is going to be too complicated by the looks of it. You probably just craft items and place them down. I don't know why the plants are dying. They're probably gonna die if you don't water them in time. I'm not too sure how I like this feature. Obviously, you can tell that it doesn't grow offline if the plants are dying. So you better plant those plants. Also, there's voice chat, so that's cool. This is really interesting. We got a mythical Eleon here, and we got a shiny. It's a shiny mythical. That's metal and martial. Another really interesting thing is the nature, well-rounded. Like, what is that? What is the well-rounded? What kind of nature is that? We in Pokemon we got like adamant or timid, plus 10% on the a stat, and at the cost of minus 10% on another stat. In Lumion Legacy we have something similar, except for we have totem natures. What is well-rounded, and why is it rainbow? This means that it's very good, right? But what is this? We've never seen a kind of nature like this. Is there no drawback to this nature? No idea. But this one, Another thing that's really interesting is that this is a Narak. I think I've actually made a video on. I made a short on this Eleon specifically before. Um, this one's this one's tenacious. Whatever. I don't really know how to read it. Um, the nature is gold. So, is there going to be natures that are always better than other natures? Who knows? We'll talk about it later because I think there is a scene showing some stuff. In the background of this frame, you can see that we got 2v2s on the right, and we got 1v1s. I believe that is 1v1. But on the 2v2, you're only allowed to have one person in the box. I don't really know how you're going to do 2v2 with only one person, but it is what it is. Another interesting thing is that the max level of this mythical, shiny mythical is actually level 100. So we can keep that in mind. Is it going to be level 100 on launch? Is the whole game going to be completed on launch? That's kind of interesting. Um, Also, there's a compass. I don't know why there's a compass. Why they think that a compass feature is needed in the game. Maybe there's going to be specific Eleons that's going to be, requiring you to look in a certain direction for them to evolve. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Nosepass could have had that feature, but they didn't do it. So, and I believe this is traveling to another dimension. We talked about it being something like ruptures or I believe dungeons or something like that. We have. This is actually 2v2 or 3v, yeah, 2v3. I think it's 3v2, I'm not too sure. But we saw that, yeah, it is 3v2. I don't know why I said 2v2 or 2v3. Um, we saw that there was, 3 people entering the portal, and now we see 3 people, 3 Eleons, ganging up on the same, two things. This is potentially the grass type starter final evolution. It could be. There's wave modifier. All Eleons on the player field will gain status effect panic. So this is really interesting. Obviously, this is already end game stuff, and end game stuff for a creature capturing game is unheard of. By the way, you'll never see something like this. We got some more environmental throwing. I don't think there's anything that you need to see right now. I think this might be another gym. I don't think. Yeah, there's definitely NPCs here. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is the really interesting part. So, Eleon storage. Obviously, you can store your Eleons. Eleonpedia. In normal games, you can have access to your, Pokepedia or Pokédex at all times. You only having access here? I'm assuming that this is a place where you can check it, but it's not required for you to go to the lobby every time you want to, check your Elonpedia. Or this could be one of the Poke Center, which I'm more inclined to believe because of the middle, healing medic part. We got a shop. Yeah, now that I look at it, it definitely does look like a healing place. We got stat reroll. This is why I was talking about the nature. Stat reroll. I mean, what is this? Right? You can reroll your stat. How I have no idea how it works, and they haven't really talked about it. But this is going to be very influential for the PvP scene. I'm assuming that this is how you change EVs, maybe. But at the same time, it's reroll, not reassign. So it could go either way. It could be just random chance of changing your nature with a certain amount of currencies, which I believe it's going to be that, or it could also be, just adjusting your EVs whenever you want. As we have said earlier, before, whatever, season 1 of PvP is going to be immediately here, which is crazy. Also, another thing you could see, the Eleons that we talked about being level 100 and, being 100 just now is currently only level 50. So maybe that the rule set of season 1 is going to be setting all Eleons level 50. Obviously, that would make the most sense. Shiny Eleons have a rainbow coloring. These are just some PvP stuff. This one looks like the evolution of the bat. I wanted to say it because I thought it was really cool. And this is basically their mega evolution. I'm not going to attempt to read it. And then we got some scenes where you battle the Titans, or Legendaries, or Mythics, whatever you want to call them. And we got beat the hell out. Yeah, we actually got punched into walls. I don't know how we're gonna live that. We also got the Playful Prankster, also known as the PP. And it's gonna come out sometime in 2026. If I had to guess, it's probably releasing in April. I really don't think it's going to be releasing in March. If it releases in March, I'm going to have a tough time choosing whether I want to play Piggy Inner City or Eleons. So that's the video. Obviously, I'm not going to edit anything. Obviously, it's going to be long as heck. You guys are going to have to deal with it, not my problem.